The Ultimate Racing League, the Metaverse Racing News Network, and Upland proudly present the Frost Season 2026 Championship, brought to you by Too Stupid for Web3, Metaverse Memorabilia and Collectibles, Metaforce Racing, UPX Land, The Real Node LA, Gen X Racing, the Hyde Park Ninjas, the Meant to Be Podcast, Upland After Dark, Racing.myupland.info, The Ultimate Garage, Funky Beats Art Space, 24/7 Venture Group, and Anthology Puzzles. With your hosts, Matt Chef and Ant-Man89. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Frost 2026 Championship Finals right here on the Metaverse Racing News Network. Joining us today, down at the bottom here, X1 the Gamer. How you doing, sir? Also,
hey, very good. Very good.
Also, to this way, Ant-Man89, and we've got SC Kicker with us as well. And as always, my main man, Crypto, in the background, doing all of our stats for us. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to an afternoon of exciting racing on the Lusail racetrack. What is up?
It's hard to believe the Frost season is over. Not only the Frost season, but this is it. We're getting ready for the year-long wait for the Genesis finals are coming. This will determine some of those last entries there. It's we're getting close. We are getting close.
Right, we still have Blossom season to make it through before we hit Genesis, but you're absolutely right. Only one season left to get points up on that Genesis board. Going to be interesting, and we've got quite the mix-up going on today with that as well. So with that said, what a great introduction and segue into our first set of information here. As you can see, this is our leaderboard. That red line right there distinguishes who is going to get into today's race. And right now we have City Pigeon on top, Crowley 27, Batisto, Foreskin, Quay 18, Cal Trading Co., Glizzy World, Cruiserito, Alejo, Acapropi, Betts, and Tune 307. And as you can see, both Acapropi and Tune jumping up 3 spaces in that final race last week to make it into the top 12 today. So they really pushing it to get into that top 12. So congratulations to those guys. Also, a couple of notables that didn't make it into the top 12. Funky Beats dropping 2 places, and also Wanderer 1976 dropping 4 places after last week's race to get knocked out of today's finals. And then you go on down the board, Vape High Guy out of today's finals. JH 2271, third ranked driver in the world. Vape High Guy, JH, fourth ranked driver in the world. Vape High Guy ranked number 3 in the world. Neither one of those guys making it in. And as you can see, a lot of the top drivers there. JR Wheels, number 5. Wander 1976 in the 8th ranking. So a lot of the top 10 not making it into today's finals. So it's going to be interesting because we are going to shake this thing up quite a bit, because as you can see right now, City Pigeon sitting at the top of the Genesis leaderboard, along with JH 2271 in second, tied with Crowley. JH not making points today. JR Wheels not making points today. Ja Rashad out. Cal Trading Co. out. Wander out. Ace out. KO out. Funky Beats out. Quay 18 is got a chance to make points, but he's the only one from 4 on down, except for Cruiserito. So it's absolutely wild how much this thing is going to shake up as we get done with today's race. And just a reminder to everybody, this is our pool for the year, 7.5 million upicks for I'm sorry, not for the year, for this season, for Frost season. And today's race, we've got 2.15 million upicks on the line to these top 12 drivers. So there's a lot at stake, a lot to race for. And of course, we can't go into a season finals without a season final prize. Everybody, Frost26, hashtag Frost26 in the chat right now. And we are giving away one bundle of both of these ultra rare cards. So you will win one of each of these cards. We're only giving one of these bundles away at the end of the races today. But jump in there, hashtag Frost26, and you can have a chance to win this bundle. Hang on.
And it's only 20 of these, right, Chef? 20 of these.
That is correct. There's only 20 mints of each of these cards, and you have a chance to win 2 of them right now today. So, hashtag Frost26. Everybody jump in there. This is where we're at. This is Lusail. This is what we've all been talking about, 5.22 miles. Now, you'll see the little red circle around there because last night I got a report of a track skip on that area of the track. And what does that mean? Well, that means that you go into a certain area of the track and you're able to skip from one part of the track over to the other. And we found this in here. And then we spent a lot of time last night, a lot of time again this morning, trying to replicate it, making sure that it was in fact a true skip we could duplicate. And we were able to do that. So, of course, I made an announcement earlier today on the Discord that there was a significant track skip that was discovered. The bypass occurs under specific conditions. And when I say under specific conditions, you have to get it exactly perfect or it does not do it. So the odds of somebody actually hitting this are very, very small, but they do exist. So we wanted to put a procedure in place for if that happened during today's race. And as you can see, what we've instituted is the immediate braking and position reinsertion of that driver. So what does that mean? If you happen to skip over to turn 14 and bypass half the track, you must immediately apply your brakes and come to a complete stop or a significant crawl, allow the pack to catch back up, and you may reinsert yourself in the 6th position after the pack has passed you and come back up to race speeds. If you do not do that, then you will be hit with a disqualification. And if you're hit with a disqualification, that means if you're in a heat race, you automatically go to 12th position. You cannot get any higher. If you're in the final race, you automatically go to the 6th position and cannot go any higher. So that is where we are with the state of this final today.
And these instructions can be found in the racing lobby as well, right, Chef?
That is correct. They are in both of the heat racing lobbies. We posted it out to all the drivers. Everybody was aware of it as soon as we as soon as we got notified of the fact that it was still happening. I was able to go out and reproduce it several times on my own. I'm the one that made the recording of it happening and posted it onto the drivers' channels. So everybody should know what exactly the specifics are to make it happen and very much avoid that happening. We did put it was reported to the devs. We did kind of put a halt on doing anything this close to the race. We decided that it would be better off to announce that it was there, announce the specific conditions as to when it happens, announce what you should do if it happens to you so that we can continue the race and try to make it as fair as possible.
Right on.
All right. So with that said, we might as well go ahead and just jump right into it. And let's get on over to heat number 1. Heat number 1, we see City Pigeon, Batistu, Quate 18, Glizzy World, Alejo, and Betts 25. A couple of the Tugged Bets team members in this race, and both of our independents that made it onto the finals this season, Glizzy World and Alejo. They had really just some spectacular driving. Both of them able to make it into that top 12. So we're going to go ahead and get that lobby started. I believe CP is already working on a code for us.
It seems like definitely seems like a nice little mix-up for this heat weekend.
Yeah, as we enter this first race here, what is because I'm sure we have a lot of viewers here watching racing for the first time. What has the meta this season been? Has it changed a lot? Has it maintained the same? What are racers? What's the strategy here, do you think?
Honestly, it's a long track. It's going to take a while. These races are going to be about 6.5 minutes long. It is, to me, the strategy is all about speed. There are some heartbreaking turn points on this. There is some, some rough areas of the track. But it is, I think speed is really just going to be the most important thing, in my opinion.
Very cool.
Yeah, especially in the turns. I think a lot of the guys tend to bunch up in the turns. It's very difficult with racers of this, I guess, caliber, because everyone trains so hard and everyone knows how to get that time down. So they're kind of like fighting for the same positions sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And this is going to be a tough race to start with. City Pigeon obviously in there, but there's other drivers in that race that are really, really good, and they're really going to, bring the heat. I think, Quaid 18 for sure is going to bring it. Batista, he's sitting in third place right now. He's going to bring it. So, I mean, I think there is some competition out there. Now, remember, it's the top 3 of these drivers that get to go on to the final. So, there is more room than there is during the regular season. And so it really kind of opens up the door for these other drivers to get into this final race. And so by all means, I could very easily see, some of these top drivers getting in the finals with a fairly good ease.
We got our code going, Chef.
And code is up. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got them all in there. So I'm going to jump over to my other screen, jump in there myself.
Quaid is definitely one of my favorites.
Good luck to all the racers. Like, what's crazy is how much, because I see the criticism sometimes, like, you don't control the car like you do in Forza, so there's no skill. No. There's skill involved. There's tons of practice here. It's more of a strategic skill, I think, a timing skill, knowing where to boost, when to overtake, what lane to be in, etc. So, good luck to everyone. The amount of time and practice that goes into this is mind-boggling.
Absolutely. I mean,
for sure. And these guys spend so much time out on the tracks.
Yeah.
It's just so much time.
And with the new setup too, like I think it's really cool to see new players come into it, because it is open to anyone. It's just these guys are really super high level racers. And for instance, Quaid 18, he's relatively new to the racing scene, and he's been able to come in and kind of tear it up.
Yeah, I mean, him and D6 were basically both of them running for, rookie of the season last season, and, end up on the same team this season with Gen X Racing, and have, even though they haven't made the finals, they really had a great season, in all accounts. So they're right up there in the top 4 with, with the AVG teams. They're, ready to go into that team final going into Genesis. It's it's just awesome watching how these guys have come together and kind of do the things that they do. So we do have all of our drivers in. We've got one more we're just waiting to qualify here, and we will jump right over into this race qualifying times. If we want to take a look here, Batista with a 2:06, and of course City sitting on top with a 2:01, 5-second difference there. Quaid 18 with a 2:07, right up in the mix. Kind of pretty much how we thought it would play out. City Pigeon, Batista, and Quaid 18, 1, 2, and 3 there, with Alejo Betts in the 5th position. And I think we're still waiting on Lizzie to qualify. We'll see where he comes out And as you can see, a lot of the same setups. Batistu's got an interesting setup there with a nitro boost, a gum, and a nitro extension there. So that's pretty interesting. City Pigeon also with the same kind of setup there, minus except for he's using 2 of those nitro boosts there. So
I think it's cool because it kind of tells you the personality of the driver. Based on kind of their setup here. And based on their setups, you could tell, that everybody is just set up for raw speed on this track just because of so many straightaways that are out there.
There we go. Oh man.
Love the lineup.
Everyone rolling with S1s here, it looks like.
For them. Here we go. Quade 18 jumping right up there in front. And we were just talking about him. And there he goes. Very nice move.
Yeah, nice move off that first turn.
Ooh, and a block.
And a block on CP there.
Oh, look at Quade.
And there goes CP, able to get around the outside, but takes a skid. So Quade's going to make it up around the outside of him. And says,
that was a bad skid, too.
Yep.
And Quake took a nasty skid there. Batista up into that 3rd place position. Glizzy in 4th. And these guys are kind of battling it out here, too. Glizzy right behind Batista. Batista in that inside line. Batista now coming up on the outside of City Pigeon there. Trying to get up around. And these guys are much closer together than I thought they'd be this point in the race. And there goes Quake on the inside of Pigeon. And Pigeon with a nasty little... Oh, what a block.
Damn.
Pigeon takes out both Batista and Quake. Oh, my goodness.
Isn't that good, man? CP's going to get away.
That was brutal.
Ooh. Quake held the front for a good minute, though. That was tough.
Oh, that was tough, and what a terrible disaster for Quake and Batista there, getting knocked all the way down into that 6th and 5th position, but trying to make a comeback now. Here comes Quake back up on the back of Batista there, but City Pigeon has taken over this race into that 1st place spot, and we're just now getting to the end of lap number 1.
We've seen a lot of skids this race already.
Oh yeah.
Some of the turns are killer. Because you got to hit them at just the right miles per hour to not skid out. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, nice boost.
Yeah, well timed.
Yeah, definitely. These guys definitely make it look a lot more simpler than it is, but it's a lot of strategy that goes into this. I mean, the timing of these corners, just getting around these guys from blocking you, trying to pass. I mean,
well, it really seems like if you could get away from the pack early, you have a huge advantage here. Get away from the mess and the collisions.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is on this track. Historically, if we've been on this track before. Historically, once you get past that first lap, the drivers start to spread out quite a bit. So traditionally, unless somebody has some good tactics, saves a boost towards the end of the lap or into the 3rd lap or whatever, it really is difficult to make a comeback on this track just because of how long it is.
When you're in the front, it's just like your practice run. I mean, all you have to do at that point is just focus on hitting those turns as best as you can.
Yep, absolutely. And right now we see Glizzy World and Alejo, both of our independent drivers, in that 2nd and 3rd position right now. Now Betts has moved his way up into 4th. Quate and Batista still in 5th and 6th. And it's just so difficult. But boy, Quake came out with like gangbusters on that first lap. He was looking so good.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's just hard to hold off City Pigeon. I mean, that guy is a monster on the track. Once
well, and there was
you really gotta fight him off.
And there was a section of that, they collided in that particular section of the track that's very difficult, slows you right down anyway. So Batista and Quate ended up tangled up, with each other as City Pigeon was going around, because there was really just nowhere to go once you're in that section.
I see it. Oh, nice. That was a good turn.
Nice turn by Betts right there.
Into a good boost.
Quate and Batista are still right here neck and neck with each other.
Yeah, remember, everybody, only the top 3 make it to the finals from this race. So,
and here's Alejo and Glizzy going at it. Alejo able to get around. Now, I can tell you, Alejo is difficult to get around once he gets in front of you. He literally is. He's one of those drivers that's just all over the track. And here comes Glizzy. Got a little bit of speed on him, it looks like.
He's holding it. Ooh.
Taking a skid there.
Now, for anyone that doesn't know, these guys get 3 boosts, and some of them are really good at saving these boosts. I gotta admit, for me, it's tough.
And there goes Glizzy back up, able to get around Alejo again, but here comes Alejo not taking the skid there. So this is our battle right now. It's for 3rd place. Now, if this battle continues, and there goes Glizzy up around the outside, back into 2nd place position. And there's that boost. He's going to try to slam turn it, and he was very successful with it.
Good slam. So now most of the time you have to slow down in these turns, but the guys have figured out that if you boost in a certain spot, you can actually hit it hard enough to keep rolling.
Yeah, you still take the skid. You intentionally take the skid, but if you boost into certain corners, you can't do it on all of them, but if you boost into certain corners, you can maintain some speed even though you're in the skid.
That's cool.
Yeah, so instead of skidding down to, 70 or 80 kilometers per hour, you're only skidding down to 150 or 120, which means you're maintaining, quite a bit of speed through that skid.
Yeah, and that's where the strategy comes in. That's where the knowledge of the track comes in, and when to do that, when to make that move. That's what makes upland racing so fun.
Oh yeah, these guys know these tracks too. I mean, they put in hundreds, if not thousands, of laps. I mean, knowing CP, like, no joke, he's probably ran this track about 1,000 times.
Well, that 6:15 time there, that's impressive.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, that is very impressive. I was thinking a 6:20 to a 6:30 would probably be the average score. So running at 6:15 is very, very fast.
Congrats to our winners, man. You guys rock.
Congrats. So we have our first 3 qualifiers for the finals of Frost season.
That's right. First 3 qualifiers are in: City Pigeon, Glizzy World, and Alejo, all making it into the finals for Frost 26. So big congratulations. Hats off to our independent drivers there coming through in 2nd and 3rd. Just well done. But, still hats off to the other 3 drivers in this race. Betts 25, making it, holding on last week to maintain his 11th place position in the standings. Very well done. Batista in that 3rd place spot, had an awesome season. Quate up there as well. Also, just an amazing season for these drivers again here in Frost season. Really just following up on their performances from last season.
Very cool. We have a lot of first-time viewers, I think, in here today. So for everybody that's here for the first time, Mass, if they want to get into racing, this is the first time they're seeing racing, they're like, man, look at that. What's the best way for someone to get into racing? We do have the racing channels in Discord. Make sure you go and get apply the role as racer as a first step. But then what should someone do that wants to get into racing?
Then it's all about just making sure you have a car that you can race with. With our MPS scores set at 260 now, you have an opportunity. And we've seen it throughout this season, with a lot of standard S1s, a lot of S1Es qualifying for races and being up in there in the finals. So, but most importantly, get out there on the track, no matter what type of car you have, get out there on the track and get racing, because the more you're on the track, the more you understand the mechanics of the car and how they work and what boosts do for you, and that sort of thing. And I can't tell you how important it is that just like any other thing that you want to be good at, you have to practice and learn the tracks and learn the cars and learn the boosts and get out there and have fun. There's so many communities out there right now that are dedicated to racing or have racing as part of their community engagement. Literally you can get with anybody and find a group to race with that are having fun and out there on the track, and then grab your pass, jump in, grab a team, follow up with us, and just come out and have some fun.
Yeah, and this is the finals for Frost, but April 1st, Blossom season begins, and it'll be a whole new season of racing, and it could be your first season, so don't be shy. Feel free to join. The racers are all very helpful, and
absolutely,
it's cool. It's cool. I apologize. I have a meeting here I have to jump to, but I was happy to join you guys here for the first qualifiers. I'll have it running here in the background. I want to say thank you to you guys, of course, as always, for another excellent season. And also to all of our racers. Congratulations for everybody who's in the finals yet again. We're getting closer and closer to Genesis. We're almost through a full year of racing, a full year of seasonal racing here. So It's exciting. Again, thank you to everybody who's involved in racing. I know the team is excited about it, and I know there's been some issues with tracks, but one of our developers has been looking into, hey, how can we improve these tracks? How can we make them better? How can we make sure that this doesn't happen in the future? So should it continue to grow and get better from here on out. Very exciting, though.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, X1. Really appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.
We'll see you guys.
Take care, man.
Right on. All right. And with that, let's go ahead and jump right on over into heat number 2. Heat number 2, Crowley 27, Foreskin, Cal Trading Co., Cruiserito, Akapropi, and Chun 307, who, again, one of those drivers that jumped up a couple of spaces at the end of the season there to grab a spot in today's finals. So really, really well done.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job. And I was gonna add too, man. Our racing community is phenomenal. I mean, I think that's one of the coolest things about Upland at this point is that we're able to build these great communities, and we really try to remove all their barriers from new racers coming in. I mean, heck, even if you don't own a car, one of the cars that you see here on our show, you can borrow one. I mean, if you're well known in the community or if you know the right people. And even then, you borrow a car, compete, and sharing the winnings if that's the kind of setup that you have. But
yeah, right. Could be anything really. So I'm already getting reports from the drivers channel that Foreskin possibly got booted along with Akapropi, so that's not good. They were able to get into the race, so that is helpful.
So does this mean Cal's going to be driving against Jesus this week?
Possibly. Possibly.
He does well either way, whether he's there or whether it's Jesus. Cal
be twin right. Jesus, two of them out, man.
Right? Now, let me tell you, Cal has been on a tear this season. So, I mean, he decided to kick Jesus out of the car. So we're going to see how this goes with these other drivers.
Hopefully these guys can refresh though and jump back in.
Yeah, try to do a refresh. It's going to be difficult because the race is full, so it's probably going to error out the lobby.
Mm.
And we do have everybody's qualifying times in, so we can go ahead and hit that start button whenever we're ready, and we'll give it a few minutes here to let the thing time out, because it will definitely need the 3.5 minutes to see how we're doing here. But we're going to go ahead and step away real quick. We'll be back with this heat number 2 right after this message.
Welcome to UPX Land, the ultimate data hub for Upland, and your secret weapon to dominate the metaverse. Search properties with smart filters, track marketplace deals, and uncover hidden gems before anyone else. Power up with the Sparklet Staking Hub, stake your Sparklets, earn UPX, and support the construction of new structures across Upland. List your projects, track progress, and see your impact grow. Set custom alerts, get instant notifications, and never miss an opportunity again. Visit upxland.me.
All right. And yeah, we are definitely waiting. I'm hoping, looks like maybe even Cruzarito might have taken a hit on that one as well.
Oh, man.
So I'm showing Cruzarito, Foreskin, and Akapropi all trying to connect. So
Could it be a triple Jesus, 1, 2, and 3 finish?
Not out of the question. Definitely not out of the question.
What's the odds of that?
Right?
Start a pool, Wolf.
Let's see. Let's check on Cruz. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still showing him as trying to connect.
Man, it's gonna be a rough one, guys. But the cool thing, in my opinion, is still these guys get to set their vehicles up a certain way for these races, where even if they error out, I mean, their setup kind of still does its job, you know.
What happens if Jesus teleports in turn 4?
Oh, I mean, the rules still apply.
Put out the spike strips.
Well, the good thing about Jesus wheeling for you is that you don't change lanes.
Oh, that is true. That is true.
So you need to have all the components in place to make that warp happen. And changing lanes is one of the components that you need. So
that is true.
With Jesus driving, you're not changing lanes, so that should not happen.
All right, so yeah, it's not letting Ack back in. He's getting that error message.
Oh, poor Akapropi. That's the second season in a row he's errored out of the final. Oh,
I'll go ahead and put him in the officially. Error.
That is brutal.
Sorry, Ack.
Same with Foreskin. He can't get back in either. And here we go. We are getting ready to take off here. So let's go ahead and jump over to the race and see what happens.
All right.
And there is Crawley in third right now. There's
jumping up
another Miami edition
that was
there.
Perfect.
It was a very nice turn. Hit that corner well. Cal Trading Co. way up in front now.
It's got that Miami edition. Is that June?
Yeah, I was just wondering who is in the Miami here. That is June. I didn't realize somebody else had a Miami car.
Oh, go June. Those are hard to come by.
They are very hard to come by. There's only, I think, 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is that it?
I don't think sometimes people understand how lucky it is to even see one of these. And usually our racers, they got some sick cars.
Big smash.
Big smash up there. Foreskin and Cruzarito both going around June. Crawley up in front, right behind him. Cal Trading Co. making another very good race here. Foreskin up into that third place position. Let's see, is he changing lanes? No, see, he is definitely a shadow driver.
Yeah.
But Jesus is keeping him in third place right now.
Nice.
Chun trying to make his way up through the crowd. And I believe Cruzarito is also running dead stick there. He is absolutely running dead. So, and made his way up into third right now, running dead stick. Obviously a very well set up vehicle there, but here comes Chun up onto the inside in lane number 1. And both take skids, and there's a skid. This Chun over blocking out Foreskin there, or Cruzarito, just making sure that he can't go by.
It's not a bad strategy, man.
Now Chun up into that third place position with coming up on trying to get on a hold of Cal Trading Co., who is him and Crowley have really kind of moved themselves away from the pack here.
You got about a 4 or 5 second gap there.
Yeah, Chun's coming up quick here. He's trying to catch back up. All of our dead stick drivers have now made their way to the back of the pack, so it's going to be Crowley, Cal Trading Co., and Chun more than likely making their way to the finals.
I love the POV view. It really shows how fast these guys have to like react to these turns and other
Right.
vehicles.
And Chun can see the back end of Cal here if he makes it around this turn. But these skids are going to be killer.
Yeah.
Got to make sure he slows down a little bit more into these turns. This one's not so bad, but
Ooh, nice.
that was nicely
That was a
done.
nice one. Yeah.
This one's going to be a skid.
Yeah.
A little too
And sometimes
fast.
it's best to take these outside turns, you know, instead of being so tight if you're coming in hot.
If you're coming in hot, you can sometimes you'll still catch a skid, but it sometimes can be a little less painful.
Oh.
Yep.
And this section right here is the one that got Q and Batisto in the previous race. That was that section that's just brutal.
That really shakes you up.
Cal holding on to that second place position pretty handily, though, behind Crowley. Crowley with a huge lead. You can still see some taillights there, but Crowley is pretty much gone. And this is where they start to kind of separate themselves out a little bit. Oh, there was a nice turn from Chun going around
nice.
that one. Takes a skid there, but that first one was good. He'll make up a little bit of time here. Going into lap number 3, it is Crowley, Cal Trading Co., and Chun 307. 1, 2, 3 right now. And we have 3 dead stick drivers once again. Cruzarito, Foreskin, and Akapropi are all running dead stick. So they will get their finishing position from this heat. So based on total time.
So you guys had some pit crew issues.
Might be some pit crew positions for hire come next season.
So Crowley, Cal, Chun. You guys are ripping.
Got a nice turn.
Yep. The Miami edition is one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah, it's a cool looking car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sweet ride for sure.
And I think it's 5 of those ones, right?
I thought this. I think there's. I really think there's only 4. There might be 5.
Yeah, you might be right. 4. It's very limited for sure.
Yeah, I think there was 4 of each model, wasn't there? I could be wrong.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe there was 5 of each model. And not every model. It was just the 1R, the Series 4, and the Series T, right?
Yep. Ooh.
Oh, Cruzarito.
Cruzarito trying to get around Chun on the last lap. Cruzerito on the side of maybe not.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, and then
Chune
gets
hard
around him
one.
and
Oh, man.
And then,
that
oh
was too
no,
fast.
are you kidding me?
Kidding me?
Cruzerito gets around Chune on the very last lap. Jesus told Chune to go away.
It's the nerves, man.
Damn.
Like, you get nervous and you start making mistakes, man. Like, you hit that corner way too.
Way fast, yeah. If he would have made that last corner, my goodness. Oh, Chune.
That's crazy.
Way to
I
go,
am so sorry, bro.
Rally cow.
Oh,
Cruz.
that is rough.
That's rough.
That is rough.
Oh man,
Cruzerito making it into the finals with Jesus at the wheel. Chune gets knocked down into fourth place on the last turn. Oh, that is insane.
Yeah, that was wild, guys. But I mean, it goes to show you, man. It really does take a lot of skills. I mean, sometimes emotions get pulled into it, and you get nervous or get anxious,
and you just never know what's going to happen with your connection. With you know, and again, I know because of the time of day, some people have to be on cell phones and mobile and whatever.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way it happens. But
yep.
Boy, is that brutal. Now, get this. So we have City Pigeon, Glizzy World, and Alejo from heat number 1. Crowley 27, Cal Trading Co., and Cruzerito from heat number 2 in today's finals. Now, our starter is going to be City Pigeon, but by only 2/100ths of a second.
Wow.
Whoa. Who is
City Pigeon?
City
Pigeon put up a 6:15.757. Crowley put up a 6:15.771.
Wow.
Man.
So literally less than
much
2/100ths
closer than that.
Yeah, literally 2/100ths of a second, less than 2/100ths of a second away from each other, in separate heats even. So clearly,
that's wild.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It really comes down to that. I mean, these guys, they practice so hard that it really comes down to like fractions of a second. Which is wild.
That is wild. All right, so City Pigeon is going to be our starter for the finals, and here we go. This is it: City Pigeon, Glizzy World, Alejo, Crowley, Cal Trading Co., and Cruzerito with Jesus at the wheel helping him out on the very final turn and get him up into the finals for today's race. So we are going to let these guys get this lobby started, and we will be right back.
The Ultimate Garage is your home for racing in the metaverse, featuring unique events that showcase racing skill, game knowledge, and community spirit. Tug is about fair competition. Each driver uses the same car, putting the focus on driving skill, not the wallet. With multiple divisions for every experience level, there's a place for you. Join us on the track and get your Tug on.
All right, and we do have a code posted. So we're going to get all these drivers in here.
I love how in their commercial they have like the cars displayed on the turner, or I don't know what they're called, but like the rotators.
Yeah, turntables. Yeah. Was that sounded like Crowley's voice? Was that Crowley doing that voiceover?
I have no idea. I have no idea
like
which one it was. Yeah, it might have been.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we've got City Pigeon, Glizzy World, Alejo, Crowley, Cal Trading Co., and Cruzerito, and the code is posted. So
let's go. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough battle. It's definitely gonna be a tough battle, and CP and Crowley are getting so close, man. Oof.
Yeah,
and they train together too, so wonder what that's like behind the scenes.
Yeah, right.
It's good to see though, man. I mean, again, those guys got one of the best training routines that I've seen in game, and they're usually open to inviting people in and kind of showing them the ropes. One of the things that I learned from those guys is that they use the voice chat as well. So these guys are actually talking to each other as they're racing, and it gives it like a whole new depth.
Yeah, there's a lot of servers that are starting to do that now. I know if you go over the AVG server, they do a lot of that as well. They've got 3 or 4 channels set up for racing over there. So yeah, so I agree. I think it's really wise to get in voice and make connections and get spend as much difference. Spend time together and practice the tracks and give each other tips and whatnot. It really does make a difference on how well things go out here. So, and we are just missing Cruiserito, and he is in now. So we've got everybody in there.
Let's go.
Go ahead and jump in there as well. Lobby is full.
I still get goosebumps before the races, like right when the loading screen comes up. I still get the goosebumps, man.
Right?
Oh my God.
All right, and everybody is qualifying here.
Okay. Oh, some interesting combos. A little different this time.
There's some interesting combos. CPN with a 204.
Nice.
Yeah, this combo here is pretty popular. This what is that? That's the nitro fuel.
And these guys have plenty of access to all of these power ups as well, which makes it really, really fun to mix them up and try different things.
Mixing that nitro fuel with the 2 energy drinks is, and those are just basic energy drinks, but that really extends those boosts quite a bit.
That's nice. Yeah, especially for those long straightaways. Because I've noticed that some of these guys, like, they boost and it's just maybe a quarter of the way.
All right, there we go. Alejo posting a 207.
Nice.
We're just about ready to get this race started. Final race of the 2026 Frost Season Championships underway right now. Qualifying happening, and there they go, all starting to come in now.
Isn't that wild? I can't believe how fast this time is going by. But, I mean, that's what happens when you're having fun, though, right?
Right? Crowley with a 214 down in that 5th place position. Cal Trading Co., Glizzy, Alejo, all with faster times there. CP putting a 204 down, which is ridiculously fast for this track.
I mean, that's for a lot of these guys, they're getting like near perfect runs, which is extremely hard to do.
What was the best qualifier today? 201? That first race by City?
Didn't he do a 204 in that race too?
Oh, was it 4?
Might have been. I think it was sure. 2. Yeah, that's wild though. He's really whipping it, man. And just so everyone knows, we always say this, but the placement in the qualifications doesn't always exactly lay out who wins. Sometimes it's an advantage to kind of be in the back, especially when there's a lot of guys slamming up at that first turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sometimes good to be able to see what the people ahead of you are doing. And try to make some of those crashes, maybe swing around them somehow as you're going into some of those turns. So
we've seen guys like develop whole skills around this deal, like weaving through traffic. Who was that? I'm trying to think of his name.
Who was that? Say that again.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who was really good at weaving through, like weaving.
Oh, that's Wander. Yeah, Wander is the king of the weave, man.
Yeah, it's like a skill, man.
Yeah, he is the king of the weave. He's gotten himself out of some of the craziest situations.
Yeah, and it's so fun to watch in slow motion, man. It's just like, and it like I don't really know. Looks like we got good connections there.
Looks like everybody's connected except for Cruzarito. So,
he was out on the first one too, right?
Yeah, he was not able to get into the first one too. So, I'm guessing he got booted on this one as well.
Oh man, yeah, he might be in the same situation. Probably wasn't able to get away. Now, which is really cool. These guys sacrifice so much time, like to this competition. I mean, these guys are racing, hopefully not in traffic, but at work. I mean, on vacations, at random parking lots. Like these guys really get it in, man.
Yeah.
Wherever they can.
I think Foreskin's at work because back in the driver's channel, he was saying that the cooler knocked him out. So he must have had to walk into a cooler for something. So,
oh man. I can totally see that. All right, so it looks like Cruz is erroring out.
Yep,
that's
for sure. Erroring. Yeah, and for those who don't know, it is a 3-minute timeout from the time that this screen pops up. There's 3 minutes of timeout for the driver before the race will start. If somebody got booted or disconnected from the server, it does time out in 3 minutes exactly.
Which is an awesome addition. I gotta say, prior to this, it was rough, because we would have to restart the whole race.
Right. Yeah. Refresh your screen a few times, whatever. Yep.
So shout out to the devs, man. They've really been coming through with a lot of small improvements, but that really affect how we overall play the game.
Yep.
I'm so anxious, man.
Yeah. All right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, it's gonna be a good one.
Oh, nice
City
block,
Pigeon
right?
out in front at the beginning, but then Glizzy comes around from lane number 1 and says, hang on a minute, but takes a skid. There goes City. Wow, what an interesting move, taking the inside turn and trying to kind of hang in there, waiting for Glizzy to get out of his way. So City Pigeon jumps up in there into first place, but Glizzy World not too far behind him, trying to make a good run at it. Alejo and Cruzarito as driverless. We've got a crash back here. Cruzarito, Alejo both dropping back and getting passed by Crowley and Cal Trading Co. And we are going to be tangled for a minute. And there goes Cal Trading Co. taking a skid and dropping back as well. Now Crowley moving his way up to try to hunt down Glizzy's World on this race. City Pigeon, of course, out in front.
Yes.
As we
he's good at that, man. He knows how to get away from the pack.
Took that section very nicely. He's got a very clean run going here. Oh, gets a skid on that little turn. Now Alejo has moved his way back up around Crowley, fighting for that third place position. And Crowley taking a skid there while Alejo says, see ya, gotta go.
All right.
Taking that turn, taking full advantage of that beautiful turn back there, slowing way down. Oh, gets a skid there though, and was going very slow. So that was kind of a surprising skid there.
Yeah. I mean, these track designers have been coming up with some good stuff. These guys are struggling on some of these turns, which is, I'm sure, by design.
And everybody's skidding around that one. Crowley in fourth. Now here comes Cal Trading Co. up in fifth, trying to get up behind him, but then takes another skid. Falls back a little bit. And here comes Crowley with a boost up through. Trying to boost that corner, and he does. But Alejo says, hold on a sec.
Whoa.
Let me just make my car 3 lanes wide and have you take a break for a second.
Yeah, you for sure got to time that one away off, man. That was tough because just seeing them fly up in that rearview mirror, you got like a fraction of a second to react.
And we are about halfway through lap 2, and this is generally where people start to get away from each other, and the pack starts to spread out a little bit, and that's what we're seeing up in front. City Pigeon with a big lead, Glizzy World in second, Alejo in third, trying to come up on Glizzy. You can see the back end of him there. Glizzy's got just a little more speed, it looks like there.
Nice.
Both of them taking that turn section very nicely. Here's where they get got, though. Oh, nope. Both of them through very nicely. Alejo with a nice little move on that turn.
Yeah, he might have overbraked a little bit. Because he got some space between them now.
Yeah, a little bit. And Glizzy just running a beautifully clean race right here.
Nice.
Trying to catch up to City Pigeon. Going to take a slam boost into this corner. Oh, and does it nicely again. That seems to be a very good move, working solidly for him. He did it both in the heat races and now in the finals. But takes a skid there, which could be costly as Alejo's not too far behind now. Just one turn back. And Glizzy trying to get gone. As you can see his smoke as he's winding his way across the track, trying to make sure he can stay out in front. Takes the center line on that one. Very nicely done. Gets around that turn clean. Alejo also gets around. It looks like he might have taken a little bit of a skid on that one because Glizzy was able to get some distance on that straight there.
Yeah, you really got to have like some finesse to it because it's a mixture between timing when you got to start braking and not over braking, because sometimes that could hurt you just as bad as the skid.
Yep. And Alejo taking a skid there. Glizzy also went through that section of the track very clean and continues to be running a clean race here.
Nice. Check out all those buildings, by the way. They had a lot of apartment buildings here, man.
And City Pigeon on his way to winning his 7th season championship in a row.
Wow.
And setting records one after another, breaking his own record of 6 championships in a row.
Oh, my goodness.
And he is trying to make his way into back-to-back Genesis championships. So far, we've had 2 Genesis champions. City Pigeon is one, and Phalos is the other. Phalos won the Genesis championship the very first time we did it, which is now coming up on 3 years ago.
What? 3 years ago? Wow.
Yep. That was in Vegas too.
Wow.
Yep. That was live.
Jeez, man. 3 years. Oof. I mean, a lot has changed since then, too.
Yep. All right, here comes City Pigeon. Right now in lap 3. Is that finished?
CP.
Alejo,
then
Crowley. That final dash.
Crowley up into the finish in that 4th place position. Cal Trading Co. grabs 5th.
Nice.
Cruiserito's going to grab 6th place. That's going to do it. CP with win number 7.
Wow, congrats,
Glizzy
CP.
World. Glizzy World with just an awesome run there, getting that 2nd place position. Alejo grabbing 3rd. Crowley 27 grabbing 4th. Cal Trading Co. 5th. Cruiserito in 6th. Amazing racing once again this season. Just superbly done by everybody. And a huge shout out and congratulations to all of our top 12 today. Fantastic job. And a huge congratulations to all of the racers who competed this season, finished in the money section for at least some point during the season, because that in itself is a huge accomplishment, the way that these guys are out on the track. So just a hats off to everybody. Huge congratulations to everybody, and especially to our top drivers today.
Absolutely. And I just love how this is set up, man. We get to reward these guys with phenomenal prizes. I mean, they put in all this hard work, and they go back and build up their communities, man. It's awesome to see.
Absolutely. Yeah, so just great racing, everybody, today. Phenomenal. Just absolutely
it was
phenomenal.
a great season. Lots of great competition.
Yep. And as X1 said, we've got Blossom season. That's our final season leading into Genesis week. So another opportunity to collect some points, get in that top 12 to get into Genesis, because Genesis is going to be huge. So get out there, get on the track, have some fun, grab some friends, watch out for announcements for the Blossom season as we get it prepared and ready to go for the season. Don't forget to check us out tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, on the track live, Frost season finale. We're going to have a ton of fun. But before we go, we do want to go ahead and do our grand prize giveaway for Frost season. This is for a set of ultra rare carts. You get the one of the 20 mints, as it'll be the lowest mint that I have of each cart. So this is your chance. These carts are not sold; they are only given away. We've given away, I think, 4 of them over the course of this season. We're going to give away 2 more today. So one lucky winner is going to get one of each of these carts. So hashtag Frost26 in the chat right now if you haven't already done so. We've got about 100 viewers on. So we got here's your chance. Grab one of these ultra rare carts. There's only 20 of each of these minted, and that's all that will ever be minted. And your only way to get them is to win them or buy them on secondary. So this is your chance. Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it.
Drum roll.
June.
All
Way
right.
to go. Very nicely done, June. I'll have those reserved for you later on today. But congratulations, my friend. Well done, well deserved. Super excited for that. June 307.
June is a massive player in the game, dude. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. If you don't know June, you should get to know June, man. He's a phenomenal guy, but huge builder.
Yeah, for sure.
Got a massive portfolio. Great guy.
Right on. All right.
Yeah, what a great end to a great season it was, huh?
Yeah, that was awesome. Super awesome.
Genesis is almost here. What?
Almost. I got one more season to go. That's right. So like I said, everybody, make sure you keep a lookout on the announcement channel. We will be doing things like track testing for Blossom season. So I will be posting some tracks up there. We want everybody to get out, start racing them. I will be out there, other drivers out there. We want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to help us test these tracks out, make sure that we have an even fair competition for everybody come Blossom season. But till I see you tomorrow night on the track, you all have a wonderful day. SC, thanks for joining us. Glad to have you aboard. Ant-Man, have a wonderful day. And don't forget Crypto in the background there doing our stats for us. Thank you, my friend. And Crypto is on the road. He is doing stats from his car today.
Yes.
With a mobile phone hookup. He is the man.
Bringing back memories of last week.
Yeah, right.
Hey, guys, we'll be back this week, too. I know me and KO have been doing a lot of traveling for work. KO just got back from Korea. But we'll be back this weekend, and we are doing a 100K giveaway on Sunday. So don't show.
Yeah,
that's pretty sweet, man.
Very sweet. All right.
Yeah.
Well, have a fantastic afternoon. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, I'm Matt Chef. That's it, man. That's SC. And we will see you on the track.
Have a good one.
Later, guys.